Guys, what's up? Unsportsmanlike conduct, Gabb Bree. We're here to talk sports with you guys again. This week is kind of, it's week 2, preseason. What can you expect?
I mean, it's about as exciting as it can be, which I don't necessarily think is saying a whole lot.
Right. About as exciting as the Yankees have been this last week, the last couple weeks. No shade to the Yankees fans. We're like, man, you guys need to get it together.
Actual full shade on a cloudy day from me. Like I'm just so I understand that they won last night against the Mets, and
it felt like they were going to, because I saw so many tweets. Everyone's like, I bet $61,000 on the Mets to win. I'm betting the Mets. I want the Mets by 2 runs. The Mets are going to win. Pete Alonso, Francisco Lindor, everybody all of above hit a home run. And guess what they did?
Yeah,
nothing. And that sucks because I know their fans were harassing them.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with like the Yankees-Mets rivalry that is a little a little different than Red Sox Yankees. Is like Yankees fans treat Mets fans like they are absolute
like garbage.
Like
they're not real people.
Below the lowest level of like a person that they can get. And I saw a video, I believe it was like CBS Sports that tweeted it out, where Yankees fans were asked about Mets fans and stuff. And one of the kids was like, oh, well, they get to the playoffs, they lose. I'm sorry.
What do you do?
What? I mean,
what do you do?
What have you done for the last 13 years? Because if my memory is correct, it's precisely that. So I don't know why.
Same exact thing.
Like, I don't know why they feel the need to talk the way that they do. I understand, like, when you look at the history of the two teams, yeah, obviously one is way more successful than the other. But again, with the Yankees,
we're talking about World Series that weren't even on TV. So
exactly. When it comes to the Yankees and Yankee fans, like, history is like all that they have right now to hang on to, because of the fact that they have not done. They've not done anything since 2009, though, and they need to like realize that. And maybe the Mets are actually legit, which I really think that they are this year. And they kind of just,
I like the Mets.
Get over it. I don't know. I really do like the Mets, though. Like, I would be genuinely happy if the Mets won a World Series this year.
So I have a question. See, like, I just don't know how you would decide. If you live in New York, okay, how do you decide? Are you going to be a Yankees fan? You're going to be a Mets fan? I know it comes down to like what your family has done most of the time. Yeah. But like, how do you decide? How do you pick that? Because I feel like in my mind, if you're a Mets fan, you are a Jets fan.
Yeah, okay.
And you're a Knicks fan. Yes. But I think it would make sense if you went Mets, Jets, Nets.
So that's how I think of it. When I think of New York fans split, I think Yankees, Giants, Rangers, and Knicks on the one side.
But I know a lot of Mets, Knicks fans.
Yeah. Maybe it's like the color thing.
Maybe just everybody hates the Nets.
Well, I don't know, but obviously, like, a lot of it has to do with where you grow up and stuff. Like, I feel like if you're from the Bronx and you're a Mets fan, it's a little backwards, and then vice versa with Queens. But I don't know.
It's just a lot how it works from, and it's a lot of heartbreak, I would say. I know about that. Well, so,
what else? I feel there's like 2 big things that happened this week, and then the rest I feel like is just whatever.
I mean, football has been a little bit boring. Baker Mayfield was named the starter. Week 1 starter for the Panthers. Big surprise. You know, how many times have we said that he's going to be the starter? And everyone's like, he's going to have a competition with Sam Darnold.
I don't think it ever was a genuine competition. I just think it was
for show.
Let's see if Baker can like pick it up as quick as we need him to. But not a single ounce of me thinks that there was ever anybody in the Panthers organization that said, oh, Sam Darnold has a real shot to start week 1. Like,
and then you have Matt Corral, who's not playing at all.
Yeah, poor kid broke his foot.
He's done. He's whatever good he had going for him, it's gone. So it's Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold, and Baker Mayfield's going to play week 1. Why would he not play week 1? If he didn't play week 1, Roger Goodell would call the Panthers and say, we will give you millions of dollars to put him on the field.
Like, that's like a massive part of it too. It's such a made for TV matchup where it's Baker and the Browns that kind of had no choice.
Yeah.
If they really thought that Sam Darnold had an ounce of anything, they still had to
put
make
Baker Mayfield
the
on the field for week 1. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, we say these things every single week. Somehow they are always right. Like Baker Mayfield takes every single time. We are correct. Just so blatantly obvious, and the people don't see it. There was never a competition. He's playing week 1, playing against the Browns week 1. The Panthers are now favored to win that game. So if you want to make some money, probably don't. Yeah, they're favored to win that game. I think it's
by how much though?
I think it's -1.5 at this point.
Okay.
So it didn't move much because it was pretty even. The game was pretty even. And then they said Baker Mayfield week 1 starter. So now it's -1.5. The Browns are +100 to win that game. However, guys, the Browns have not won an opening game, a season opener, since 2004. They've tied in there. But they have not won a season opener since 2004. That's 17 years?
18?
18 years? Sure. My math may be off, but there's a lot of years in between the last one and now, and they're going to play Baker Mayfield week 1, who is obviously the previous quarterback for the Browns. Again, we said this a couple weeks ago that he won their first playoff game. Not really just him, but he helped win their first playoff game in 20 plus years. So now he's going to be on the field playing against them. So he might help them win their first season opener in 18 years.
My thing, and like I said, I don't know. I've lost track of the weeks that we talked about the Watson situation and what it means for the Browns, but like
a disaster.
I forget when I said this, but I know I said that despite the fact that Jacoby's going to be starting,
I feel like it's a very even matchup.
Yeah, now it's 11 weeks of Jacoby Brissett, which I'm actually happy for him that he
gets
under
that
really just terrible circumstances. But yeah, I'm really glad that he gets this opportunity to be a starting quarterback again. But I feel like week 1 is completely, I would have that as a pick 'em instead of a favored. I just don't know because I still think the Browns outside of
the Browns are the Browns, it's always Cleveland. You don't know what's going to happen, but their defense is really good, and their defense really dislikes Baker Mayfield. So that adds a little bit of extra something to the game.
Outside of the quarterback position, I still feel like the Browns are a really, really good football team. So I don't think it should matter.
Weak, but besides that, the rest is fine.
But what you lack right now in wide receiver, you supplement with Nick Chubb.
Running back. Yeah. So, I don't know if Kareem's going to play, but who's to say? Nick Chubb can do it himself. He should, because he's probably one of the best top 3 running back in the NFL. So we should be able to do that. But Baker Mayfield, they asked him, they were like, what are your thoughts coming up with this game? It's your old team. And he goes, yeah, it's definitely one that means a little more to me. Then they asked Myles Garrett the same question, and they said, are you looking forward to this game a little more knowing it's Baker Mayfield? And he said, no. He said, it's just another day. Baker Mayfield's line better be they better be going above and beyond, because I would not like to see Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney on the other side of them.
So that's kind of when I saw the news that Baker was going to be the starter. Just based on everything that you told me and everything that I kind of pieced together via the drama that I saw on social media, it seems like he did not have many friends on that team last year.
Yeah, he had some
few years.
Lineman friends.
Yeah, well, linemen aren't going to save his bacon week 1 though.
Right.
Those guys aren't gonna stop everybody from going after him and probably pummeling him for about an hour.
You literally had Jadeveon Clowney in a press conference saying if Baker Mayfield was the quarterback, I was not going to come back. So I'm scared for him. I hope.
Yeah, well.
And then you get all the people. So you get all the people, and these are 2 very different topics. You can be mad about the Browns, but you can also be thinking Baker Mayfield not a good quarterback. So
both things are 1,000% true.
So, but there's so many people like Steelers fans. They look so dumb right now. They're all posting like, "I'm so happy for Baker Mayfield. I can't wait to see him play for the Panthers." I'm like, he literally made your quarterback cry. He made your quarterback cry.
Are they saying that to like be like? Are they sarcastic when they say that, or like
I'm not
understanding.
They're really serious. They're all rooting for him.
These are the same fans that said that they literally would throw up everywhere if he was
on their team. Yes,
on their team.
Yeah. Remember when we put that Steelers Baker Mayfield out?
Oh my God! Yeah, everybody wanted to kill us.
Yeah, I might just go back and just start posting it underneath everybody's thing.
Do it. Screw it. Who cares?
Oh, man.
Yeah,
but they're running off a high of their preseason right now, so you can't blame them. The preseason's going really well. So.
Yeah, I mean, there are a few teams where the preseason is looking really good. The Bills being one of them. The Bills look like...
Oh my God, I didn't show up to the game with the sign, and look what Case
Keenum
did.
I know. I saw his stat line, dude. Mm-hmm. It's you. It's really just
right.
It's
it was
you.
really me. I mean, if I went to the sign with like a Josh Allen, went there with a Josh Allen sign, he would have thrown an interception against the practice.
It'd be great. Literally go to the two Pats games with a sign like that.
I'll say Josh Allen anytime touchdown.
Yeah, no, I'll pay you. He'll throw like 5 picks.
Yep.
That'd be wonderful. But yeah, like the little bit that I watched the other day where Buffalo's starters were in, and the same thing for Kansas City, like they look so good. They're good.
That throw by Patrick Mahomes, insane. He's insane.
He's a freak. I hate them both. Like they're both just so good.
They both have to be in the AFC, which is very unfortunate for everyone involved. Patrick Mahomes is, Justin Herbert deserves better, and Patrick Mahomes is going to make sure that he doesn't for a while.
I'm still on board the Chargers bandwagon, where I think they really do have a shot in winning that division this year. Again, like I just said, like I know Patrick Mahomes is so good.
Mm-hmm.
And that entire football team is so good. Andy Reid's a really good coach until it comes down to like clock management skills and stuff like that. But I just feel like the Chargers need to win this division this year for the simple fact that they can never get out of their own way, ever.
Right.
Like in my history of watching football, the Chargers have always like outdumbed themselves. And it's been their own fault the majority of the time. And they're just everything about them is just too good. Maybe not the coach. I still think Brandon Staley is like okay. This might be a prove it year-ish, maybe like a preliminary prove it year, but everything else about them is so good that they have to make the playoffs.
I think they'll make the playoffs. They will make the playoffs. I think that the Broncos are going to miss the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think they're going to miss the playoffs. I think the Raiders will make it over the Broncos. And I really like Russ. I like everything that they're doing, cute family, whatever, but I just don't see anything beyond maybe like 8-9 wins. I think it's going to be.
I'm not really sure about the Broncos. Like I am saying this as somebody who believes that AFC West is the best division in football, and when I
100%
say this,
absolutely is.
When I say this, I'm saying it as right, exactly. Somebody's got to lose. Somebody's got to be just a little bit worse than everybody else, and I think it's going to be the Broncos.
Right. Everyone was saying that the AFC North last year was going to be so good. Everyone was going to be so tough and competitive, and they all won like 10 or less games because you have to lose. Like you're going to lose to people in your division. So.
Somebody's got to do it. And now that's not to say that next year will be different, but I just think this year it's going to be the Broncos. It's going to be an adjustment for Russ. And they're dropping like flies injury wise.
Yeah.
For Tim Patrick, like one of the bright spots on their offense, literally second day of camp, and he's out for the entire season. Like they've had some really bad injury luck since camp opened. So that has a lot to do with it. But even if that wasn't the case, like I'm not necessarily sure that would change how I feel a whole lot.
So, I mean, Chargers Chiefs is going to be good. Bills preseason look good. Ravens still have not lost a preseason game.
So
which
weird.
They're just coached so well. They are. They really are.
Yeah, I don't. Again, like I said last week, it's crazy to think like they have not lost a preseason game since 2016. And I know the sample size is like super small because it's only 4 games now, 3 games each summer. But like,
I mean, it's
still,
pretty impressive.
That's pretty impressive. Yeah.
To prepare your guys, it's most of them not even going to make the team. To go out there and do that, it's pretty cool to see. But will it transition into the regular season?
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say that's why when you look at the Ravens, though, every time that this gets brought up, then you look at their regular season and you're like, okay, where does like the fall off happen?
Yeah, but Lamar Jackson, he looks ready. Looks good to go. I felt bad for him that he had to do his jersey swap with Hollywood after the game. Oh. It broke my heart a little bit. He's definitely still hurt about that. But
is Hollywood going to get in trouble for this speeding thing, or is that just like kind of done?
I think he got in trouble, but like I don't think he's going to get in like game time trouble, if that makes sense.
All right.
Right, because like let's say you get a speeding ticket at your regular, like let's say we're working at an office job and we get a speeding ticket. Are we going to get fired? No.
No, probably not.
No, probably not. So that's probably like, and I mean, like, look at the decision just made over the weekend. So, speeding ticket, like, I think that's one of their least concerns at the moment.
Yeah. Let's touch on that real quick, just so we can get it done and out of the way. Again, the 11 games and whatever. I personally still don't think that's enough.
Still don't think it's enough. But we've
talked about that till we're blue in the face.
To say he wasn't going to get a whole year. You saw what they gave you every week, every leak. They made it so it looked like they cared. In reality, they just wanted to put on a little show.
It truly is amazing to me how everything you said last week is 1,000% what happened. They did everything they had to do to show the NFL that they were, playing by the rules.
They probably scripted that little interview, to be honest.
It's
probably so.
It just makes everything like that much more disgusting that this guy can go out and throw out this fake apology and then twist it into saying that he's not sorry to the women that are involved. He's just sorry to the people that are triggered by this. I'm so over that word triggered. Like I'm sick of it. That's one of that unprecedented, like all of that shit. I'm so come up with new words, please. They all suck. But
it's like
he sucks even more for that.
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. It sucks a lot to see everything that's going on. I really don't enjoy. I don't talk about them. I don't talk about their games. It's not fun to talk about. Yeah, it's really not. I'm gonna go to week 1, but I'm not gonna be excited by any means. Like I'm gonna be there, but it's just I want the people that I care about to do well and the people that I know to do well. But at the same time, just like it's not really fun. It's not exciting. There's a lot of terrible people doing terrible things.
Yeah.
That child.
I won't even. The words right out of my mouth.
Like I don't even want to. I don't even want to talk about it because it just like pissed me off so bad. Because it just pissed me off so bad because I literally live in the city of Cleveland, Ohio. I'm there every single day. I see the people that go to work there. I see the people that do things there, like the other teams that are there. The people that aren't doing anything involved with that, being grouped into that just really sucks to see.
Yeah, that's the thing that sucks. Like as everybody else, myself, everybody else that's not a Cleveland fan or associated with Cleveland at all, like we need to take a step back and understand the fans didn't ask for this. And yeah, there are some fans.
There's going to be awful fans, yes, and they're terrible. They need to be condemned. Yeah.
That whoever's selling those shirts outside the stadium needs to go kick rocks. Whoever is a father making posters to bring with your.
I thought it was so funny.
10-year-old child, like that kid couldn't even have been 10 years old. If you think that this is an okay thing to do, you need to go back to like social except it's like 101. Like, you are just such a gross, shitty person, especially to get your young son involved in this. You are setting such a bad example for him. He's going to think that all of this stuff is okay growing up, and we're going to just keep creating monsters because we make jokes of situations like this. And that's how this cycle keeps going and going and going and going.
It feels like it's just never going to end. Probably will never, ever, because there's always sick people in any situation, in any way of life. But it's just, oh, man, that made me so mad. And like the guy with the, like, the t-shirt man outside the stadium, he used to make funny ones, like funny ones for the Cavs. You took it too far. You want to make some money? Like, if you're trying to make some money, who the fuck is buying that? Who's buying that?
Like, I understand, like, everybody's got to hustle and stuff. All the t-shirts that are like outside TD Garden that say like LeBron's a douche and stuff like that. Like, yeah, all right, whatever. Kind of mean, but still kind of funny.
That's not like
those are on a completely other level where
for your gain.
You don't need money. Nobody needs money that bad to like make jokes out of this situation. And I know that's me saying this with like rose-colored glasses on, just wishing people would just be like actually good humans, and that's never gonna happen. But
yeah, it sucks. It really sucks. It really, really sucks for everybody there. It sucks for everybody involved. Also, Scooter, oh my God, he's in our chat. That's so nice.
Hey. Wow. We got no Cowboys talk for you today, pal. Sorry.
Yeah,
probably for the best though.
Yeah. But like at the same time with the stuff, the people that aren't asking for it, the people that just live there and exist, I feel so bad for them. I feel so bad for them. It's really, really unfortunate because they can't enjoy things. They get grouped into all this other stuff. There's people saying, "Oh, well, everybody there deserves it." No one deserves that. The ownership, sure. The coaches, sure. Him, sure. You cannot put that onto everybody else because it really sucks, and that harms so many other people when you guys do that. So,
yeah, I mean, there's if that's your go-to is to like lump the entire city and fan bases together, like you need to take a step back and just kind of realize what the hell you're even talking about, because it's just, again, the whole situation is
very
so shitty, and I'm
very
glad that we finally kind of have an end to it, so where we know that now something has been done about it. Like we said, we don't agree. But we've said this a million times, the NFL is gonna NFL to the best of their ability, and they showed that pretty perfectly with this thing. So there's really nothing you can do.
Can I just vent about one other thing about it? It just like makes me also sad.
You my guess.
Because so I get it. I get people not wanting to go to that shithole of a stadium. Plus it also sucks. But when I see other fans saying that they hate people that are spending money in the proximity of Cleveland, it's a shared revenue. Any ticket you spend somewhere else is supporting Jimmy Haslam. And that sucks. That really sucks. I had someone say that they said if anybody does anything relative to anything in Cleveland, that's embarrassing. So what if you go to a game that the Browns are playing, but it's away, but that's your team and you buy the ticket? It's a shared revenue.
Nobody's ever going to be
I know, it's just going
to be people are always, that's just literally the society that we live in today. People are going to find the smallest little itty bitty thing to get angry about. And but
there's a list of things to be angry about. That's at the top, I would say. It's one of the top things. Yeah.
But that's where this situation gets so, like, the water gets so muddy, is where you're supposed to not give a shit about your team now that you've been a fan of your entire life, because the owners decided to do something gross and pay a gross human being $1 bajillion guaranteed. And but that's like, I understand the people that don't want to go to games anymore. I understand the people that are
valid.
I completely get it, and I probably would feel the same way too. But
just not.
At the same time, there are people that are still going to go about their lives and still want to go to games and support this team. They're not supporting this human; they're supporting everything else, and I'm sure that they're really not happy with ownership too. So it's just, you kind of have to just look at it from what would you do as a fan situation, and like how realistically would you react? Because you can say that you wouldn't do anything and you wouldn't care and you would completely cut them out of your life forever and whatever. But that's a really easy thing to say when it's not happening to you.
Like it's just not fun. You know, it's not a fun time. NFL again has never been
great at what they do.
It's never been for the girls. I don't know if it ever will be, even though they preach about it.
NFL not for the chicks. Well, there's nothing else that we could possibly say about this that we haven't said a million times over.
Every single week. It's like every single week something new, something the same. It's like when I post something, if I post something, and it might be like not even about Cleveland at all. And someone's like, well, where's the outrage about this topic? I'm like, I have to I talk about it so much, guys. Like, it just really, I can't talk about it every second. Because if you talk about it every second, you're just gonna be upset.
That's another thing too. Listen, if you are looking at our Twitter feeds and you're watching the playback of this and everything, and then you're still sitting here and asking where's the outrage,
yelling, we talk about
whatever, like you're clearly not listening or you're not reading, and you need to figure that out on your own.
Or you're just trying to also harass women. One of the above.
It's one of those things, because we could not have been more outspoken about this situation from Jump Street.
The very start, yeah.
So that sounds like a you problem. If you can't figure out that we are outraged about this, that's on you, not on us. Sorry.
If we want to talk about something fun that people can't figure out,
I love fun.
Let's talk about Tom Brady. Where was he? What was he doing? Was he on The Masked Singer? Did he get eliminated first round? Did Antonio Brown make it further on The Masked Singer than Tom Brady? That's the question that I want to know.
Okay. First and foremost, like, I just want to say that I don't believe this Masked Singer thing, but
I want it to be true.
I love the conspiracy like so much that I do want it to be true, but I know that that's realistically not what happened. But the little tiny part of me that like wants the fun chaos and drama of that wants this to be true so bad. But
I want it to be true.
Realistically, like, he went on vacation.
Maybe the vacation was to the Masked Singer headquarters, and then he's just lying because he signed an NDA. They can't say that he was on the show. He has to lie to everybody. But he clearly didn't make it that far along in the show.
Yeah, maybe the vacation was like a front. He said he was going on a family vacay, and he was actually out in Los Angeles.
Just filming
this stuff.
Do like a little Taylor Swift, like roll in a suitcase into the thing so you don't know that he's going there. Yeah, it could have been. What I want to know is, what song would he have sung if he put that shit on Antonio Brown? Oh God. No. I have no idea.
I don't know if that's it. I don't know. I don't like Tom Brady
he's a classic man, you know. He's a classic.
I love him. And
maybe like some Elton John.
Okay, so that's what I'm thinking. I was thinking something a little bit older, but still like a little funky. Yeah, maybe Elton John. That's a good one. What if he broke out some like New Kids on the Block or something?
That'd be awesome. That'd be so good. I don't know. Well, if he was on The Masked Singer, he wasted those weeks because he definitely didn't win.
Yeah. Well, his football team didn't win when he was gone either. They don't look great right now. They do not look good. That offensive line is pretty banged up. It's like every other day somebody goes down. Well,
they better get together because people are thinking that Baker Mayfield's going to the playoffs. So,
man, oh my God, could you imagine?
No, that was my worst nightmare.
Could you imagine Brady misses the playoffs and
due to Baker Mayfield? Oh my goodness!
In that same division, I'd be
sick.
I'd be on like 24-hour watch. Like,
I would too.
You would have to check in on me.
I would too.
Every hour on the hour.
Nope.
That would be so bad. I don't think so though. Like, I feel like the Bucs they're gonna be okay.
Right, they should be.
I understand that they're all banged up right now, but I'm not I'm not totally worried yet.
Yeah, I
don't think.
Yeah, I think they'll be fine. But I did post from our show account, can Baker Mayfield take the Panthers to the playoffs? And for some reason, when you post a photo of him, everybody has something to say. So why not,
Yeah,
you know?
It goes crazy. I don't think so, though.
And then I also asked people what flavor chips does he have on his shoulder? Because he has he has so
He's
many.
got
I don't know why.
Family-sized bag.
Whenever they talk about him, they do not use this term for anybody else like this. But when you talk about Baker Mayfield, you always guess he's got that chip on his shoulder. Well, the chips are crumbled and they're falling off, and I don't know if he can fit anymore.
Nobody in the history of the phrase having a chip on your shoulder has it been used so many times as Baker Mayfield. Like, it's Tom Brady.
Were good.
People talk about all the time when Brady came into the league, he had a chip on his shoulder because of the Brady 6 that were picked ahead of him.
Okay, the chip's gone.
That's great. That's it. He had one big Dorito on his shoulder. Gone. He's proven that he doesn't need it anymore. He still uses it because he's a psychopath, but like, we're not sitting here talking about it ad nauseum. Baker Mayfield, though, he's got
chips.
A chip here, a chip there. He's got a bowl of Tostitos over there. Like, I don't understand why.
Oh my God. Well, people said he has salt and vinegar chips, sour cream chips.
Oh yeah. No, salt and vinegar is real good.
That one was good. Yeah, they were all pretty good. The replies very, very good.
I don't get it. He's I don't know. I'm sure there's going to be something that happens this season where there's going to be another chip. And at what point do his shoulders just fall off because they've been chipped?
I thought it was almost last year, but I guess it didn't. So.
Yeah, I mean, you came close as you probably could get.
Right. So, I don't know.
Oh, okay. So this comment just kind of sparked my idea light bulb on my head. So Green Bay will win the Super Bowl. Rodgers is on his special potions. Okay.
Well, again, he can do drugs, but no one else can.
Yeah.
For whatever reason that is.
The Aaron Rodgers way. I do want to talk about Aaron Rodgers for a second, though. And I feel like this over the last few years has been the same talking point, but it happened again, and I am really annoyed by it. So I just need to get this kind of off my chest here. Aaron Rodgers has notoriously thrown his players, his fellow teammates under the bus in the media. And the latest installment of that was saying how all the young guys on the Packers
not good.
Need to get better, need to do this, need to do that, and whatever. And I've seen people say that, he's just trying to motivate them and whatever. I've watched Tom Brady motivate his teammates for 20 whatever years without doing that.
Right.
So I don't necessarily think I understand. But what I want to know is how come it's always everybody else? And when it comes to Aaron Rodgers talking about this, how come it's never, oh, well, maybe I need to do this. Maybe I need to do that. It's they all the time. Why is it never just an ounce of accountability, an ounce of ownership?
I understand
that he's MVP, but MVPs can still improve. MVPs can be good leaders and maybe take a little bit of heat off the young guys who are already struggling to maybe even make this football team. They already know that. They don't need their quarterback, who's supposed to be leader of this football team, to go say that to the media. Like they already don't know.
Right. I really do think he thinks that's a motivation tactic, but this is not happening anymore. Like, yelling at me isn't going to make me do better, Making me look bad isn't going to make me want to be better.
Way more of a dick than he already is.
Oh, he is. I think everybody knows that he is. Sammy Watkins. Did you see Sammy Watkins' comment?
Yeah. Okay.
Now I have something to say about that. So Sammy Watkins went on to say that Aaron Rodgers is better than Patrick Mahomes. He said that Patrick Mahomes is very good, but Aaron Rodgers is something that he's never seen before.
Okay. So I want to know because Tyreek said something similar about Tua. Like you
gotta just like ride for your quarterback, I guess. But I think Sammy Watkins is in a situation where he's going to be getting the ball a lot more. He's trying to be in a situation where he's more useful because he was not useful in any of his previous situations.
No,
no.
I can see that. I can understand that. Also, this is the type of person where you kind of need to pump his tires like this,
or he's gonna hate you.
If you want your life to go, smoothly with your time together. So yeah, I understand that side of it, but can we? And I'm gonna bring Tyreek into this too. I understand that you have to talk nice about your quarterback and you have to, support them. And
yep. Sometimes it's a little too much.
I just feel like you can do that. You can do that without, being a jerk to your previous quarterback who
is really good,
freaking good,
and made your life so much easier. And you're gonna have a
is going to
time.
Be like a perennial MVP candidate, just like Aaron Rodgers is. So maybe we don't need to say so-and-so is better than Patrick Mahomes, because part of me, A, doesn't believe you. And B, I just think it's completely unnecessary. Like, what did this guy do to deserve this? He's out there minding his own business, working with his team. And
I think he minds his business more than anyone, because look at his family, look at the people around him. Like, he is unbothered by everything. And everybody always has something to say around him. So
it's amazing to me that Mahomes is able to keep it together and keep his mouth shut the way that he does, because his wife, his brother, his now former teammates, like everybody makes it so.
And he does nothing but go to games.
If it was me, I would run my mouth right back. I would be like, "Oh no, you suck. So and so is better than you." Blah 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 blah.
Who's he gonna say? Juju's better than Tyreek?
He just brushes it off and says, "Oh, well, that sucks that they said it." And okay, bye.
Right, but he also knows that he's so good. He doesn't need the extra boost like Aaron Rodgers does to make sure that everybody else knows.
Well, that's the thing. Aaron Rodgers, man, if you want to talk about like an egomaniac it's him. It's him.
Yeah, he's
something.
Is he going to be in this new Game of Thrones spinoff? Is he going to be in this one too?
Oh my Lord.
Did
you watch that, by the way? Do you like Game of Thrones?
No, I need to. I do like Game of Thrones. I did not watch it, but I need to watch it.
Okay. I won't say anything then, though. I will just say that.
Is it awesome?
I really liked it. I really, really liked it. Mm-hmm. And it has
my girl Dani. How is she?
This is like her ancestors that this is about.
Right.
So, but this has sparked me to want to now rewatch Game of Thrones, even though I know in the end I'm going to be pissed off all over again. Same. I still don't think I've ever really gotten over the way that show ended.
Yeah, it was just very abrupt and very dumb.
Just like the worst possible ending for one of the greatest shows of all time. But I want to watch it again, because watching this on Sunday night, it was so exciting. And it's like the first real exciting show that I've been looking forward to watching for a really long time, probably since the last season of Game of Thrones. So
have you watched the Manti documentary?
I started it the other night and then I fell asleep and I haven't picked it back up yet, but I
finished it. I finished it last night.
I got through, I think, most of episode 1, right?
There's two. There's only 2 parts. I don't know why it just wasn't one thing, because it would be 2 hours. It's fine. Just put it all together.
Yeah. I don't know. But I got through most of part 1 then. And I've seen a lot of people say that they like feel bad for the shit that they gave him, like especially people in the media. This is like specific,
right? Like I mean, some people definitely took it way too far and said some awful, nasty things.
Yeah, and I guess maybe back then, like nobody really grasped what catfishing really is.
See, we were talking about that last night, but then at the same time, we looked up in the show Catfish.
Okay,
started
so that's
the
what
year
I
before.
Thought too.
The show Catfish started the year before.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that's what I thought too. And
don't worry, I was Googling, did a lot of research for this. And so I watched it, and there's so many questions that they did not ask that I just need to know. They weren't asking the right things.
again, I haven't finished it yet. So like if what I'm about to say is something that gets answered, like just tell me that and then I'll watch. But I do feel bad for the guy.
But I don't know how he got to that point.
At the same time, how? Right. How are you dating somebody that you've never seen their face? Like you've never like had a phone call. Right. I just don't understand. And this isn't just about Manti Te'o. This is about anybody that deals with catfish situations. Yeah. I just don't understand how you go and you continue on a relationship with somebody who makes up a bajillion excuses as to why they can't visit you or FaceTime or anything like that. Like those should be the ultimate red flags that you were getting played and this person isn't actually who they say they are. Yeah. And that's when you cut it off. Like, I just don't understand.
I don't get it either. I just don't know how someone is so naive to not realize that this is happening. And then if you have a girlfriend and she passes away and you don't see an obituary, you don't see any like thing about it. Right. There's nothing. You cannot find this person's name on the internet anywhere. It should be a red flag. Wouldn't you think
that you would like be invited to services and stuff?
Right. But then stepping back from that, I feel bad for how people in the media did it. I feel bad for how they treated him. The memes, I get memes. Yeah. I get it, but like they were taking it way too far, saying that he did it just so he could win the Heisman. I think that's messed up.
Right. That is
way too far.
So above and beyond because
you can tell he was very upset.
Devastated by this. Not only devastated by the fact that his supposed girlfriend had just died and his grandmother had just died too, but also devastated that he was made to look like an absolute idiot by this person that
especially when
decided to do this.
Teams are drafting you. They're going to look into that. They're going to say, well, why weren't you thinking about this? Is this something like, yeah, man, that sucks.
The craziest thing to me is that people back then thought that this was something that like he planned and stuff. Yeah. That's an extremely elaborate thing. You have to be an incredibly good actor and kind of a sociopath
to do all that.
You're able to do all of that. Like he got dealt such a bad hand with that whole situation.
Yeah, the media definitely took it to a different level that they shouldn't have.
Yeah. I feel for the dude. I really do. But at the same time, like, man.
How did you get to that point?
How do you let yourself get in that situation?
How can you be so naive? I get it. You're young. You're in college. You're doing all these things. But, like, you're in college. You're a college student. Like, when media is starting to, like, blow up, I just don't get how you don't realize that you don't get any pictures from this person. Sure, they call you. But, like.
Yeah, but.
Anybody can call you.
Like, and I know like long distance relationships are hard too because like that's the only thing you can rely on. I did long distance for like 6 months and we FaceTimed all the time, but we FaceTimed. Like I can't imagine doing long distance and then.
Oh, see this comment when Katie Couric was talking about it. Like, did you see the part where he was on the interview? She was asking him, "Does this have to do with your sexuality?"
No, I haven't gotten there yet. I haven't gotten there yet.
I won't tell you then. But it's very mean. Okay. It's very mean. And then you'll see why the people that first released what they did it. And it wasn't malicious. Like, it wasn't to harm him in any way. It was to make the media look bad because how can the media keep posting about this girl but not look into who this woman is and realize that she doesn't exist and see that there's nothing about her. So they were trying to make the media look dumb for running a story with not like any background on it,
especially like the big like news networks and stuff. Like how do you not have people like dig into this? How do you not make sure like all of your facts are exactly what they need to be? Katie Couric she's like one of the most famous newscasters, journalists, whatever you want to call her, of like our time. How does she not?
She was asking some very repulsive questions. That's all I will say. This is very uncomfortable to watch.
Well, I am glad that Manti Te'o was able to tell his side of the story and kind of have
this moment for him. It's really nice.
Yeah, he definitely deserves this. It's been 10 years, 11 years worth of Manti Te'o's girlfriend
like
jokes
actual hell for him.
Like that's And he's trying to have a professional career while all of this is happening. Like, that has to be the hardest thing in the entire world. So I'm glad that this was able to
put a better light on his story.
And yeah, he was able to tell his side like on his terms and not have to deal with the sharks and stuff.
Right. And also that was like right when, like, again, how I was saying media started becoming a thing. In 2012, if you were on Twitter, vicious.
Yeah.
Vicious. Like,
I mean, shit, Twitter's bad now,
but then, they did not play around.
Like the wild, wild west when we were in high school. Like, it was bad.
People would make a fake accounts every single day just to like talk about, like, there were the fake accounts when you were in school that people would DM mean stuff about each other and they would just like tweet it out. Ugh, that was awful.
Yep.
And then Yik Yak, awful.
Oh my God, that thing sucked. Okay, I see people now using like that anonymous question thing on Instagram. Are you not traumatized enough by
I did it for like
things that we
10 minutes to see if anyone said anything mean. No one did. I was surprised. But I had to delete it because I said I don't want it on here anymore. I just wanted to see if anybody said anything mean. No one did.
I could never.
No one did.
Oh my God, Yik Yak. Yik Yak was scary. One of those things, high school and college, that literally traumatized me. I could never do anonymous messages like that ever again.
Bad.
Ever again. I would spiral.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was so bad.
Oh my, yeah.
It was like Yik Yak and Ask FM. I went through to see if my accounts were still live because I was going to delete them. And my Ask FM was still there. And probably sophomore year of high school, junior year of high school. And I saw some of the stuff that was on there and oh my God, it's a wonder that I can't believe we used to do that stuff to each other. Like it
was mean.
We were horrible people.
Yeah, no.
We were so bad to each other. Oh, yeah, traumatizing. A lot of PTSD right now coming in from from those things. But I don't know. Again, I'm glad we've all grown up a little bit. Maybe not
everybody, but a lot of people have. Yeah. Basketball, NBA, Kevin Durant.
Yeah, let's touch on KD
I really don't want to talk about him, but like we have to talk about him. Are we surprised that this happened?
Quick.
No. Did we think he was actually going to go anywhere? I didn't think he was actually going to go anywhere.
So I think the reason that this happened is because the Nets finally realized that they're not going to get the package back for him that they want.
Right. You have people asking for Donovan Mitchell for 5 first-round picks. No one's getting Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not happening.
Not going anywhere.
So then, Bleacher Report posted this today. Where did this Nets team finish in the East? First of all, not above the Celtics, so not number 1. Probably not ahead of the Heat, so not number 2.
Is it the graphic with Ben Simmons in the middle?
Oh, yeah. Okay. With Ben Simmons, Kyrie, and KD. And I said the better question is, how many games are these 3 going to play together? Because the first big 3 that Brooklyn had only played together a handful of times. The next big 3 that they have, I don't even know if you want to call these guys a big 3, but Ben Simmons hasn't played a game of basketball in God knows how long. Kyrie every now and then decides that he just wants to kind of take a break.
Good. Yeah. Today I want to be good. Tomorrow I want to go
Sometimes
home.
He wants to play. Sometimes he wants to talk about, the theory of gravity or whatever. And Kevin Durant is hurt every other day. So, like, how many games realistically are these 3 going to play together? Because I am going to probably say like 20 to 30 at most.
Yeah, like, who's to say Ben Simmons will even be ready?
And even if he is ready, who's to say that?
How can he make a shot?
He's ready. Like physically, if he's ready, that's great. But he's got like the basketball yips. Like he can't mentally do it. I feel like.
I hope he does. I'm really rooting for him to be better because that sucks. Like all the things that are happening to him.
I would love a bounce back for him just from the point of like I hope he gets over this mental wall.
Philly fans can be pretty ruthless.
Philly fans are scary.
You can go there and you're not well after. There's a lot of people that play for different Philly teams right now that I'm really concerned about because their fans are really scary and really mean.
They're vicious. They're like New York and Boston put together. Like if you think New York fans and Boston fans are bad, combine them, and that's Philly fans. Terrifying. So I understand why he's the way that he is.
Right. When I say they're mean, though, I don't mean they're mean to like other fan bases.
Oh no, they're mean to their own players.
They're just mean to they're just mean to their players.
Horrible. They are mean to other fan bases, though. Remember that Eagles fan that like threw a battery at the Vikings fans and stuff?
Yes. But I mean, it's not like the Yankees fans that are attacking people because their team is bad. Like the Eagles fans are going to attack their team because their team's bad.
Yeah.
There's the difference.
And Eagles fans are going to bring up the Super Bowl in which they beat the Patriots and conveniently forget that the Patriots have also beat them in a Super Bowl too. Like it's selective memory.
Yeah, they're just going with what's happened.
Whatever. So that's pretty much it. KD and Pat Bev were beefing on the timeline again today too.
I think Pat Bev was being a little dramatic with what he was saying.
And yeah, I completely agree, but also KD and his Twitter is just like
it's just a meme. He's a meme on Twitter. He knows it. He doesn't really care. He just says whatever. Blame KD. If you guys didn't see, Pat Bev went on to say that people aren't going to have jobs, don't have jobs because Kevin Durant was taking forever with his decision. Eventually it was going to be resolved, so everybody else will find a home. But you can't blame someone for being better than you. I mean, he's better than you. Just better.
He's just 1,000% better than him. Pat Bev, I love him. He's a content machine.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a fan of him because nobody else likes him. He is not in the same realm when it comes to basketball talent.
I'm sure he'll find somewhere to go. Everyone will find somewhere to go. But to say it's only because of Kevin Durant, that just tells you that he's a lot better than you. That's what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah. Which, I mean,
and
clearly
also,
everybody can see that.
If people's jobs and stuff are contingent on whether Kevin Durant gets traded or not, I feel like that they wouldn't have had those jobs being a professional basketball player in the first place. Like if you're waiting to see where the best player in the world is going to go, and that's what you kind of are banking your career's future on. Like I feel like maybe it wouldn't, because what would they have done if this never happened? What would they have done if he was just going to stay in Brooklyn anyway from the get-go?
Right.
Like I don't know. I don't get it. But whatever. Kevin Durant's back. The Nets are
back. A lot of people are saying
I don't know.
Can't wait for the Nets to be back, but where is that? First round exit? Okay.
Gotcha. Swept in the first round again.
Got it.
Sounds good to me. All I know is this means the Celtics are going to officially be intact. Not that I thought that Jaylen Brown or Marcus Smart were going to get traded in the first place, but this puts to bed any and all rumors about that. And that's
probably makes them feel a lot better with the job security too.
Yeah. So, but other than that, I really don't want to talk about this hot dog straw thing.
Oh, so come on.
All right.
I have two food-related items. Here we'll do two. First, we'll talk about Josh Dobbs. Did you see Josh Dobbs with his shirt that ripped off like a mozzarella stick?
Yes, I did.
I'm happy for Josh Dobbs. That's all I want to say. I just want to say, shout out Josh Dobbs. You were having a really good time.
Yeah.
You were free from Pittsburgh to an even worse place. And now you're thriving. So, happy for him.
I actually did watch a good portion of that game the other morning, and I thought he played very well.
Yeah, he really had a nice performance. The past 2 weeks he has, actually. So I'm rooting for him. I know he's not going to ever be a starter anywhere, but at least be a solid backup. You're putting on some good tape, so some teams will see it, and rooting for you. Now, the Glizzy. The Glizzy straw.
Better than nothing. Oh.
Okay. I've seen some crazy things at some ballparks. There's crazy things happen at ballparks all the time. Clearly, we saw the other thing that happened, very intimate interaction that got people
the other thing
in
with
trouble.
the other hot dog.
So, two different hot dog stories. One.
Two different wieners. We're talking about the other one.
One had beer, one had handcuffs at the end. So, the Glizzy straw. This man literally used a straw to carve out a straw. Insane. Do you think this is like a fake thing? He said, I'm going to sit here and act like I'm not doing this, but you're going to record it and then we'll post on the internet and we'll go viral?
I feel like he knew what he was doing a little too much for it to have been fake.
Should I try?
That did not look like his first rodeo. I should never try in a million years. Right. I would throw up.
I should try it at a baseball game. Yeah.
You can go. You can be my guest.
I'll get a bunch of people around me. I'll go to a Guardians game. I'll go into the right field on a $1 dog night. There's $2 beers, $1 hot dog, and I'm gonna get the whole group of people around me to do it and make a video. Because that would
see. Like I'm watching this right now. Like on the feed. I'm watching it on the feed. He knew what he was doing way too much for it to have not been a real thing.
Do we eat the hot dog after? Like, is that part of the process?
I just want to know why. I would imagine so.
If you showed me that, I would say, yeah, that's baseball.
First of all, drinking beer through any sort of straw is a wild move, let alone a hot dog.
I think it's so funny and everyone is so mad about it. I just think it's funny because it's not me.
That's all.
You know?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
it's not me.
Honestly, if you and I went to a baseball game or any sort of sporting event and you got a hot dog and I saw you do this, I think I would actually punch you in the face.
As you should.
Without knowing like if it was a bit or something.
100% you should, because I don't think anyone's doing that just for like, haha, this is no,
I think this guy is though. I think this guy's not.
We need to find the guy.
I think he's doing it for real.
We need to find him.
Because he doesn't look like he's with anybody.
I think it's all a fake.
Oh, I genuinely hope so.
Because I feel like the video's too perfectly timed and just the right angle, and I don't know, maybe
if it's not fake though, I want this man in jail.
Where is this at?
Because this is psychotic behavior.
Where did this take place?
I believe at the Yankee game last night.
Oh, Yankees Mets it was definitely for show. That was definitely for show.
But he looked like an older guy. Like I don't know.
Well, where's the bun? Is the next question.
Did he eat the bun and just hold the hot dog in his hand before he made a straw out of it?
I was gonna say maybe he's no carbs, but then he's drinking a beer, so
yeah.
Right. See, that doesn't work either.
My mom, apparently my mother is watching the show, so hi mom. She just texted and said that she would throw up on this man.
She would throw up on him.
She saw him doing this.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to watch.
But like, I feel like that's not really
I feel like
it's not really a bad reaction because I wanted to throw up watching it.
I feel like if I was at a game and I saw some man doing this, I would encourage him, just because it's so outlandish and so crazy. Like if you see someone doing something dumb at a baseball game, like yeah, keep going. And I would film it. And I would make him do a close-up drinking out of it.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I've seen some crazy things in my lifetime.
Because how long has that hot dog been sitting in like the tinfoil in the water and stuff? Like how gross. The whole thing's gross.
Maybe they just ran out of ketchup and that was his next bet.
Yeah. If anybody knows who this man is, like
bring him on. We want him on the show.
This guy is, we'd love to have him on and to talk about this. But as of right now, I want him in federal lockup.
I want him.
I don't want him to see the light of day.
He needs to do like a hot dog. He just needs to be a content creator. Do a hot dog rating at each stadium at this point. Yeah. Try a local beer and a hot dog.
Else, just make a video explaining yourself. Oh, so gross.
It's just the straw to make a straw part for me. Gross. That's the part that blows my mind a little bit. You
don't even need a straw.
You don't need a straw at all.
You don't even need them.
Oh my goodness.
You don't need them to drink the beer. You specifically don't need one made out of mystery meat. Like you don't. People are so weird. It's amazing that we as a society have made it.
To be
this
fair,
long
he could be
when
doing
people
worse
are out here
things.
doing
He
shit
could
like
be
that.
doing worse things.
It's true. It's true. He could be up in
Yeah.
He could be doing worse things.
Could be in jail. Nope, just enjoying a hot dog at the baseball
Could
game.
be in jail. Just a little PSA for those of us that frequent baseball games. Please keep the bedroom activities to the bedroom.
Right.
Don't bring them to the public.
Because you will go to jail.
Of a baseball game.
Yeah.
You will go to jail. People will find you.
You have to do things for the rest of your life that you don't have to do right now. So. And you can't move a lot of places, so.
Yeah. Don't you have to?
Yeah, you're a registered sex offender.
Isn't that technically like?
Yes.
Thank you. That's what I was about to ask.
Yeah, you can't live near a school or a park, so maybe just don't do that.
Solid. At an A's game, no less. Like, I understand you're bored
I know
and
there's
the
not
team
a lot
sucks,
going on
but
there.
oh my lord, just leave. Just leave and go do that at home. Like, if that's what you want to do.
Do they not think people can see that?
I have no idea.
It's like Kodak
Apparently
Black
not.
in the box at the hockey game.
At the Panthers game.
Yeah.
Supposedly he was dancing.
I saw the other angle. He was dancing, but it was just funny to say.
No, gross. The whole thing is gross. Anyway, yeah. Keep those. No, I want to go to a baseball game to watch baseball. I don't want to see you making straws out of hot dogs. I don't want to see your hot dog being out and about. I don't want to see any of that. So let's just go to baseball games and enjoy baseball. Let's just keep it normal, please.
Let's just keep it normal.
As normal as we can get, at least. But yeah, please let us be done. Is that it? Are we done?
Okay, I got nothing else for you. The Glizzy straw was the peak of the moment that we had here, and
that was it.
That's all we got. So this was a fun week. Not much going on. Next week, hopefully we have some more drama.
We should. It's like almost cut down time, so there should be a little bit more to talk about in the NFL world. Hopefully. I mean, we said that last week, and this week was kind of boring, so we'll see. But rosters are starting to dwindle, so maybe there will be some interesting cuts. But until then, have fun in Mexico. Enjoy. Maybe I'll meet you down there.
Flight. And we'll see you guys.
Yeah, for real.
Tuesday. See you on Tuesday.